We've just launched our Investment Outlook 2021. Here with me to discuss what this is all about and what it entails is Michael Strobeck, Global Chief Investment Officer. Welcome, Michael.
Thank you.
Michael, the slogan of the Investment Outlook is living forward. What does this particular headline mean exactly?
Well, this particular headline has a special meaning, at least to me. The quite famous Danish philosopher Søren Kierkegaard, who was an existentialist and comes from the same country that I do, had a saying, and that is, life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards. And this is a very profound statement. I use it in my email signatures to remind people that actually we must live every day, every second, every minute forwards, and we cannot with any high degree of certainty predict the future, but we can learn and see where we came from. But we're living forwards, and we've said that 2021 should be under this headline, especially because of the coronavirus pandemic, which has shaken us all up in aspects that could never have thought about. And we've all sort of, I think, been living through the hope that this thing goes fast away, so that we can restart our lives. And that's why we've chosen this. But the pandemic will have fundamental effects, certainly about the way we think about our life, because we now know that there is something else than just going on, traveling, doing things in the face of a natural phenomenon like a virus. Who would ever have thought that we would be confronted with that? But we have sort of learned, probably step by step, to adjust our lives. Service sectors will be dramatically affected by it, but also the way we use digitalization, for example. I mean, we've all now gone home, been in home office, home school, home entertainment, but the internet and everything related to digitalization has gotten a new meaning in our lives. And also, I would hope, healthcare sectors and the whole way we think about how we construct our healthcare systems, prepare ourselves for something like this in the future, will fundamentally have changed. And this is what we will also debate in this Outlook publication. I also think the pandemic will have a fundamental effect on the way we think about sustainability and the way we live our lives. It has become a wake-up call that humanity just can't continue on the path of how we lived our lives, how we consumed, how we moved around, and so on and so forth. And therefore, sustainability aspects of what do we need to consider today to also live forward 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And this trend, the trend of sustainable investing, ESG investing, is now for sure also here to stay and will have a very meaningful effect, I think, on the way we talk to clients about certain aspects of investing.
Thank you, Michael. We just heard from Michael Strobeck what the Investment Outlook entails and what the key slogan of it means. Here with me now to discuss the economic and financial market outlook in more detail is Nanette Hechler. Welcome, Nanette.
Good morning.
So what's your key expectation in terms of economics for the next year?
I think the most important forecast for next year is that we will have recovery for the global economy. Generally speaking, we are expecting around 4% real GDP growth, and that to happen in still a very moderate inflation environment, 2.4%. That bodes quite well for certain regions. In particular, China is leading. It's one of the very few countries that will have grown even in 2020, despite the COVID crisis, and will accelerate in 2021, 7% growth in real terms. That will lift emerging markets altogether. And the regions that are most negatively affected, which will take probably until 2022 to get back to the pre-COVID GDP level, is going to be the Eurozone, is going to be Latin America. Generally speaking, for investors as well, from this economic outlook, they should anticipate still a low interest rate environment to remain, supported by central banks, still very expansive.
What does this mean for investors? What's your outlook for financial markets?
The combination of an economic recovery and still very low interest rates means investors should actually go and invest and not hold too much cash. Within a multi-asset strategy, in other words, a well-diversified investment strategy, equities are the better asset class, the one that is benefiting from the outlook of 2021. Within fixed income, bonds with credit risk are better than those that give no yield, such as very high-quality government bonds. And as far as currencies are concerned, investors should probably anticipate the continuation of dollar weakening.
Thank you, Nanette. Very interesting.
Thank you.